Wes, hi, min friend, and welcome to another video. Well then, the season 1 of The Last of Us has just concluded. As of making of this video, the last episode aired the day before yesterday, and I've decided to make a joint review of the entire season, rather than focus on the individual episodes of the latter half. Now, if you've been following my channel for quite some time, and if you watch my videos, you know that I haven't been reviewing it for, well, the last couple of weeks. And why? Well, it will be reflected and said and explained in this review, so enjoy. But first, I have to say that there will be some minor spoilers in this review, so if you do not want the show, or the video game for that matter, to be spoiled for you, watch it, and then come back later. Alright then, the show was mediocre. The show was meh, and that's why, my dear friends, I haven't been covering it, because I watched an episode and I immediately forgot that I watched something. It was very boring. Now, let me explain you why. And this is the case with the majority of films and TV shows that are being released today, in this day and age. The standards of today's audiences have dropped dramatically and drastically. If something isn't bad or horrible, if something isn't a piece of donkey manure, people tend to praise it. People tend to say, I've just seen the latest episode of The Last of Us, and I am so excited! Ooh, y'all! No, you're not excited. You have just seen an episode of an okay TV show about bloody zombies, where the zombies appeared only very sporadically and very rarely. Now, it is no different from any other zombie film or TV show that I have seen, apart from one, except for one. There is one zombie film that is better than anything else of that genre ever made in the history of movie making, and that is Shaun of the Dead. It's a parody, really, on the zombie genre, but so very well made, so funny, so entertaining, that it tops everything that was made. If you want a quality zombie film, I do recommend watching Shaun of the Dead. Now, I am also talking about this show from the point of view of a man who has not finished the game. I started playing the game because I wanted to know the source material, but because there is too many things to do in life, I haven't finished it yet. But I have heard that as far as the TV show, being faithful to the source material, it was like more or less faithful. Except for the episodes which were quite clearly made to appease the gods of inclusion, representation, and diversity. Too many times and too many episodes were devoted to aspects of the show that were clearly made to make the woke audience satisfied, such as the episode with, and I have made a separate video about that one, the two bears and zombies, which even I know that in the source material only a hint on the sexuality of one of the characters was provided in the game, and they, in the TV show, they developed it into an entire episode about two men who met in the midst of zombie apocalypse, and they managed to live for about 20 years, or whatever it was, 15 years, in complete seclusion, in complete peace, without being disturbed, without being endangered by the atrocities that appeared all around the world. They managed to grow old together, eat strawberries, and then die in perfect circumstances, together, painless and quickly. Come on, well, I can suspend my disbelief, but I can only suspend my disbelief that much. Alright then. Then there was the other episode that was only focusing on Ellie and her friend, and how, she got bitten, and how all this came to be, and of course, they needed to include that one thing, that there was something between them, and it was if it wasn't so clear and transparent, I would say that's all right, this is an all right episode. But no, I mean, the episode started, and from the very beginning, you could tell the outcome. I mean, you know me. I don't care about anybody. I don't care about people at all. I hate everyone. So, I mean, do whatever you want if you're not breaking the law or if you are not hurting anybody. Like whatever you like. Identify with whomever or whatever you want. But just come on. You're making a TV show. You have quite a big budget. Try to be less bloody transparent about your agenda. And then there was the moment when it was in the last but one episode, I think, when Ellie was apprehended by the cannibals, and there was this priest who apparently wasn't a priest in the game, but I haven't got to that point yet. And he tried to do something nasty to her at the end of the episode, if you know what I mean. You know, something that one person can done to another person, and that attempt of the R word has made her, well, feel worse than everything she had seen or done or everything that had happened to her up until that point. She offed people. She had seen many people being offed. She had been chased by zombies. She had been chased by a post-apocalyptic dystopian socialist regime. She had been chased by raiders and by cannibals and by killers and by murderers and by looters and by pillagers. She had been in the biggest danger of her entire life. She had been suffering for a long time, but no, this one moment, was absolutely the worst for her. So, I mean, yes, we can see. And that birth scene, that quite obvious birth scene from the, I mean, was it in the game? I have no idea. But it's the same thing as it was in the House of the Dragon. I mean, but yeah, House of the Dragon was worse. There was each and every episode there was a half an hour long birth scene. Yes, we know births hurt. It's a painful experience for the mother. We know. You don't have to stick it in front of our eyes all the time. So yeah, these episodes and these moments were clearly done to appease the woke mob. But otherwise, what I like about the show, now after the rant about the negative aspects, there's going to be something positive. What I liked about the show was the characters of Joel and Ellie and their relationship, and how the relationship developed from the beginning of the season until the end of the season. And I appreciated and liked, and once again, I don't know if that happens in the game because I haven't finished it yet. I very much enjoyed and liked what he did in the end of the show, of the season, I mean. When he saved Ellie and what he did to all the Fireflies, that was cool. That was awesome, that I appreciated. As far as the humor of the TV show goes, I mean, here and there, there was a funny moment that made you chuckle. But otherwise, as I said, I haven't got that much to say. Well, the visuals were good, the practical effects were good, the CGI was good, but in this day and age, in 2023, that was really kind of expected. It is. So, for example, when you've got that abhorrent TV show, The Rings of Power, you had expected also that the CGI would be extraordinary because, the budget was billions of dollars. Well, it was mediocre. It was even worse than in The Last of Us. And that's, well, come on. How can a TV show about zombies based on a video game, how can it have better CGI than a bloody fantasy TV show with billions and billions of dollars of a budget? So, yeah, I mean, there's nothing special to be said about the CGI and the practical effects. So, all in all, I can't say I am disappointed. I had not expected anything mind-blowing. I cannot say that I hate the TV show. I am absolutely and 100% indifferent about it. Having watched the entire season, I don't feel the need to watch the second season. I don't feel the need to wipe it off my mind because it's just meh. Alright then, let me know in the comments down below what you think, and that'll be all. Thank you very much for watching, and Namarie.